Hi, I'm Dr. Jim Hoven, the COO of Ramos Law, and it's part of my very favorite time of year, and I wanted to share a message with you. See, for me, the time between Christmas and New Year, and even more specific, between Thanksgiving and New Year, is absolutely my favorite time of year, and here's why. Thanksgiving's my favorite holiday because it's all based around family, around connection, around being grateful, around all the stuff that makes life great. And plus, by the way, you got great food and football. So with all that, it's my favorite holiday of all. But from that season forward, it's almost like the year is quickly winding down. I've been saying for years to my patients, to my family, that after Halloween, essentially the year is over, because you go Halloween at the end of October, then it goes 4 weeks to Thanksgiving, 4 weeks to Christmas, 1 week to New Year, and then you're in the new year. So we're in that season, part of that, the throes of the end. And for some people, it's a super great time. For other people, it's a very difficult time. And no matter where you are in your life right now, where you are on your journey, I hope to offer you something that gives you hope, that maybe gives you some inspiration, that gives you confidence that moving forward, that 2025 is going to be your very best year yet. So if I could offer you anything as we're in this time, just getting ready for the new year, it's going to be this. What are you thankful for? What are you grateful for? Because we just came off of Thanksgiving, and of course then that's the trendy thing, right? Be thankful. But there's a difference between being thankful and being grateful. Having your heart moved, having your spirit touched by the things that are a blessing in your life. And that's super cool to talk about, because if you come from that space, if I come from that space of being really grateful, it helps me see what I already have. And what I've shared with so many people that I've got the chance to coach and train with and work with over the years is you can have anything in your life that you see you can have, but sometimes what you need to see is that you already have this much of it, just this much. I used to call a thimble full. A thimble is a little thing that you use in sewing and it covers like your thumb or whatever. If you can have a thimble full of enough time, a thimble full of love, a thimble full of the right people in your life, a thimble full of just the resources that you need, then you know that you've done it to that level, that if you just get a great plan in place, if you just get the right people around you, that thimble can grow and grow and grow and grow into more of those things that you're really looking for in your life. So my first thought as I come into this time of year for myself, as I'm creating my plans for a great 2025, is to reflect and look back and say, wow, what were the best parts of this year? So if I can offer you that, it would be to be grateful through reflection. And also, what did you learn from the tough times? For me, I had some tough times this year, right? There were some things that I went through and things I dealt with. But when I look back, you know what I get to be grateful for those? Is that I had people around me that supported me. I had people around me that lifted me up, that loved me anyway, that supported me anyway. And it really helped me through those times in this year. The toughest times of this year were the ones that made me stronger, better than my successes. It was the challenges that I got to overcome. And even when I sometimes didn't realize that I really did a very good job overcoming, if I keep my mind right and focus, I can learn the lesson. So as you're being grateful and thankful, and as you're reflecting, put that as the runway for takeoff for 2025. Because see, as we come into this, the Christmas season is so beautiful. It's a time of giving. It's been commercialized in a lot of ways, but there's still so much to it that makes me as a person say it warms my heart. It warms my heart to give a gift to someone I love. It warms my heart to have people I love around me in this time. It warms my heart to see a fire like the one behind me going in a dark night and knowing that there's light, and that light brings change, and that change is what we're all really looking for at the end of the day, right? Change for the better. So look at how this runway is gonna be something that you can take off in and fly in 2025. And if I can give you some thoughts after you're grateful and after you're reflecting on making 2025 your best year yet and my best year yet, it's gonna be basically starting from the very foundational piece. Number one, do you have a plan? Are you intentional about what you want to create this year? I'll just give you some of my intentions because I've been working about this. I've been thinking about this. And one of the things that I want to be intentional about is who I am as a person, as a father, as a husband, as a coworker, as a leader, as a mentor, as a coach, as a teammate. Who do I want to be in all of those scenarios? I have to intend that right now, that I intend to be the best husband that I can be, that I intend to be the best in all my relationships, but it goes beyond that. What else do you intend to do in 2025 in your life? Because see, there's lots of areas, right? What do you intend to do that is in the financial realm. Do you plan on paying down debt? Do you plan on saving money? Do you plan on buying a house? Do you plan on getting a dog? Do you plan on getting married? All of these things, if we're intentional about them, we can then take that next step. So I would give you a few areas of intention. Number one, your relationships. Number two, your self-development. Number three, your finances. Number four, your personal growth / spirituality, however you want to phrase that. If you can just focus on those four things, then they will lead to what I would consider a number five, which is significance. Because see, there's a difference. I heard this from a guy named John Maxwell. There's a difference between being successful and having significance. Being successful, it's all about the things that bring us stuff and accolades and resources, right? And it's great to be successful. Successful, we should all strive to define success in our own way and then hit those goals. But significance, that's a different story. See, significance is that benefit that comes from here outward to others. How do we make a difference in people's lives? At Ramos Law, one of the things that Dr. Ramos always talks about is making a wake that's huge behind us, that we are that ship that's leaving a wake of a positive difference, and that equals significance. So when you're looking at your plans, you're setting your intentions for your plans. That's going to give you the panoramic view of what you want to do in the year ahead. But then you need to take the next step. And this goes for me too. We've got to decide what are the action steps, the most important, most pertinent, most poignant steps that will get us to those things that we're intending on doing or becoming in the year ahead. And I would recommend writing those things down. I tend to use a planner. I didn't bring it with me today to show you, but it's been a truly great gift for me to give myself this year, where every single day I write down the key things that I've learned through that day, whether it's from a podcast, whether it's talking to my team, whether it's a business lesson that I learned the easy way or the hard way, or whether it's something from something that I've read, a seminar I've gone to. I just take a couple things because then I can jot those things down from that day. And then periodically, whether it's the end of a week, the end of the month, the end of the quarter, or now coming up this time, the end of the year, I'll go back through and I'll highlight all those things that I wrote down that really stick out to me that I need to carry forward into the next year. That starts now my realization of building on the foundation of who I am. And I would offer you to do that too. Write things down, write your plans down, write your daily experiences down. So now we have our intentions, right? That's the big thing. And then we create our plans, which is now writing more of the strategies. And then we funnel that down to the tactics. What are the day-to-day steps that you need to be taking? So for example, for me, one of the things I really want to do is I intend, and I've intended this for years. So these don't always have to be new and creative and all this amazingness. This can be straight up stuff you've been doing forever that works for you. For me, health is a big part of my life. Right? And that includes my sleep, that includes my workouts. I have a harder time, honestly, with my diet. That includes all of these, the way that I handle stress. All of these things are in my health intention bucket. I want to refine that in 2025. Keep on the track that I'm on, but make myself just a little bit better. Same thing with relationships. Relationships are really important for me. My intention is to be the best version of myself for all these people in my life. How do I do that? Well, for me, I know that I've got to stay into reading, listening, doing things that bring me to my best self. Because if I'm my best version of me, then I can be the best version of what I need to be for others, whether that's a partner, a father, a mentor, a leader, whatever it is. By focusing on me first, that helps to get that out. So we've talked about intentions, which, by the way, if you want one thing to make your intentions turn into reality, it's consistent action. And if you can do the things that you intend to do, take the steps you intend to take, do those things consistently, you will now start moving the needle. And as you start moving the needle, all you have to do then is monitor your results. Are you moving towards or away from where you want to go? And then make adjustments. You either got to make adjustments to your plan, or you got to make adjustments to your tempo, your rate of what you're doing things. So if I were to boil all this down for you, there's something that I had thought about and kind of come up with for a group of students, a group of high school students many years ago now. And I call it the success. And I think we've done maybe a podcast on this. You can look at some of our stuff and you can find this, but it's called the results guaranteed equation. And it's a success-based thing, but I'm going to give you the formula. And the formula is super simple. it goes like this. It says your actions plus your attitude multiplied by your consistency equals your results. So what that means is if you take your actions, and this goes great as we're coming into the new year. Let's just say you, for example, you wanted to, in the area of finances, you wanted to save $5,000 for something, right? Like whatever it was, you wanted to save $5,000. You could look and you can say, what are the actions I need to take to save $5,000? And you could say, I can EFT from my paycheck 3%, and it goes into an account. You say, I could take every bit of money I get from birthday and Christmas and holiday gifts, and I can put it into this account. You could say, I'm gonna cut spending on junk food or any vices that you may have, and I'm gonna cut that spending by 20%, and I'm gonna take that money and I'm gonna move it in there, right? There's all these actions that you can take, and you have to decide which of those are you gonna take. Then you gotta say, what is my attitude in this situation? Because I promise you, if you say, I don't wanna save and I don't wanna give up junk food and I don't wanna do this, I just want the $5,000. That attitude is going to prevent you from doing the things that you need to do. So you list all these actions out and then you say the attitude that you need to have. So the attitude that you need to have to get anything at the highest level is a 10. We're gonna score it as a 10. So then the actions that you need to take, are you doing every action you can think of? If you're doing them all, you're rating it that as a 10. So we have a scale here. You can rate yourself from 0 to 10 based on how good you're doing the actions you need to do and how positive is your attitude versus negative. We don't need to go into all the scientific proof and research about a positive versus negative attitude, but trust me, you do much better when you have a positive outlook and a positive attitude than a negative one. So rate yourself on the thing that you're wanting to do. In this case, the result equals $5,000, right? That's what we're looking for. So are you doing all the actions you need to do? Rate yourself 1 to 10. Are you having the attitude that you need to have to get that done? 1 to 10. Then look at your consistency. If you know that in saving money, you need to do something every week, if that's a consistency that you need to do it, if you're doing it every week, give yourself a 10. If you're doing it once a month, give yourself a 2. And then here's how the formula works. Take the score from your action, or 1 to 10. Take the score of your attitude. So let's say you're doing not very much. You're doing an action list, you're only rating yourself a 3. You're not very good. And when you look at your attitude, it's kind of been, you want to spend all the money, you don't want to save it. So that's a 3 too. 3 plus 3 is 6. So your actions plus your attitude. Then you multiply that by your consistency. Multiply. And your consistency, you're only doing it once a month, that's a 2. So your 3 plus 3 is 6 times 2 is 12. Now, let me let you in on a little secret. On our little formula, our results guaranteed equation, the maximum you can have is 200. So if you're scoring 12 out of 200, what's the likelihood that you're gonna get that goal accomplished? Whether it's losing 30 pounds, saving $5,000, having a great relationship, doesn't matter what result you're looking for. If you plug those numbers in and those numbers are low, you can bet you are not very far on your way to getting that done. On the other hand, if you're doing for $5,000, you're doing everything that you listed out that you know to do, give yourself 8, 9, 10. And if your attitude is, I'm so excited, I can't wait to get this money, it's gonna be so amazing to whatever. And I love doing this because it's what I need to do for my better interests, that's a 10. Now you're at 20. Now instead of saving once a month, now you're doing these things at 80% of what you should be. So you give yourself an 8. Now your 10 plus 10 is 20 times your 8. 20 times 8 is 160. The likelihood of you now getting to that result, whatever that result is, goes way up just by being consistent. So in all of this, I tell you this, and hopefully I didn't lose you in the math and in all this stuff. If you have any questions about it though, you can reach out to me. But when it comes to making 2025 your best year yet, reflect, be grateful where you are, come up with your intentions, come up with your plan, know that there's a filter, an equation that allows you to monitor it. And if you're not getting the results you want, make adjustments. If I can give you one more thing, it'd be to surround yourself with people that you love and that love you, that you care about their best interests and that they care about yours, and that you can really make a difference in each other's lives. Because if we will gather together as a group of like-minded people that really want to make a difference, then we can take that power, that unity, and that strength, and we can go beyond just making our lives better, but we can go and try to dent the universe in some small way from right where we are. That's what we try to do here at Ramos Law. We try to take all of our geniuses, everything that we are together to make each and every client have the best outcome that they can in some of the worst times of their lives. We plan on doing that at the highest levels in 2025. I plan on doing things for my relationships, my health, my wisdom, my growth, my development in 2025. All of this falls along the same lines, but at the end of the day, it's not about my success, it's about my significance and how I can help so many people be their best. And I hope that as we go through this little video, the short video today, that in some small way, I've helped you or given you some information that would make me live my mission. And I'll just share with you what my mission is. And it's just been rekindled in me, even as early as or as recently as today. I really want to make every person I'm in contact with, every situation I'm involved in, every circumstance that surrounds me, I want to make it better. So I hope in some small way I've been able to do that. So if I have, then you've helped me live my mission. Now, if you have questions about any of this, please feel free to reach out to me. My email is jim@ramoslaw.com. And I'll be happy to answer any questions that I can for you. If there's something that you need on the legal front, please feel free to reach out to me as well. In the meantime, I wish you an incredible holiday season. I wish you incredibly good health, fortune, joy, and connection with people that you love. And I hope that you will take 2025, take the perspective, it's gonna be your best year yet, and you are gonna dent the universe.